I'm just really excited to have you on this today because I'm just taking messy action, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool to be able to kind of share with the world what it is. I'm actually personally in the transition of trying to get into Fiverr myself and just like making that switch when you get a backstage and some of those other things that are out there. And it's like all those other platforms are pretty deflating, to be honest. And it
Mm,
seems like everyone's really hitting on the Fiverr side. And I'm like, why is that so different? Right? Like, what is your
mhm.
thought on that?
Yeah, to be honest, I've never used any other UGC platforms, but I know so many people in the space are on multiple of them. Each one has their pros and cons for sure. I just found Fiverr stuck with it because I felt once you get things going, it just is a big snowball effect. So it's like once you land your first orders and get those first 5-star reviews, you just like are on a roll. Like they keep showing you to more people because they know that your work is making clients happy. Those clients that you made happy are coming back again and again. So you're getting like repeat clients. And once you get it going, it is so worth it to build there. I've worked with 596 brands now on Fiverr. So totally like that's my area of expertise. That's my favorite platform. Each platform could probably be pretty hard to figure out in the beginning. Like when you're saying that they're maybe deflating or frustrating, like to get found, I get that. You got to like play the game of Fiverr. Even that platform is like you have to understand how it works, like the algorithm, how to get impressions, how to get clicks, how to get messages, how to get orders. That's what I help my students with because without understanding the platform, you're kind of just like guessing and throwing something up and hoping that it works or sticks. But if you understand it, like and you master the Fiverr platform, there's just endless brands to work with. So the demand is crazy.
That's great. It sounds like you've had so much experience. You said how long ago was it since you've started now?
About 2.5 years I've been on Fiverr. So I launched my UGC business October 2022. And now that we're recording this, this is June, right? 2025. So I think it's like 2.5 years.
So if you were to like one of the experiment they have in some of the like digital courses for like self-motivation stuff is to write your like past self a letter telling yourself like
Mhm.
how proud you are and like as if you already have it, right? But you're like there, right? Like you
Oh.
already have it. So like what would you tell that beginner of 2 years ago at this point if you were to tell them like anything, like how proud you are about like whatever it took to get there? Like, do you think there's any like what would you tell them now?
Yeah, I tell her that she has no idea how good it's going to get because when I first started, I was doing UGC just to fund my wedding. I really needed money to pay all the vendors. We were on our own for funding our wedding, and I know that's the story of a lot of brides. Like I'm not alone in that. Um, and I just was like, I want to try to create content for brands and let's see if I can get this thing to work, right? And fast forward to today, like I've quit my corporate job a year ago, so I've been a full-time UGC creator and coach. I've paid off nearly all of my student loan debt. I had $83,000 of undergrad and graduate student loans. I've paid off 81,000. I'll make the next payment this coming week.
That's
So
huge.
yeah,
That is
funding the
huge.
wedding, quitting corporate, paying off student loans. Like I just had no idea all of that was going to happen. But I was brave and I put myself out there. And so yeah, I'm so proud of her. And it's just like you said, messy action and kind of just silencing your fear. Like you're like, I got to see if this can work. Like, let me commit to mastering it instead of just trying it, you know?
Hmm. So, that's one of the things that I feel like I'm like currently working on, right? Like with just like squashing those fears that you have about taking the messy action and just getting into it and being like, okay, well, I'm gonna push through this, right? Because there's really no one else to help you. Like, you can sign up for a coach. Those are about the
Hmm.
only things, right? When you have a self-led business like user-generated content, it's
Yeah.
like it's you, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
A
me,
lot of the
myself, and I.
Yeah, a lot of the things that you face, it's just you against you. Like, yes, mentorship is amazing. Coaching can help you like avoid a lot of the common mistakes and make better videos or make more money faster, all those things. I definitely help my students with that. But yeah, it's you against you when you push record and like being really good to yourself and not beating yourself up for like, oh, I still can't get the line right. And like you can really work yourself up, get into a really frustrated state where it's not like flowing and you're not able to be creative because you're beating up on yourself. And so we talk about all that kind of stuff inside my community, but it's definitely a mental game too to be your own boss.
Yeah, so I guess let's just start talking about the Pink Collar Club because it sounds amazing and I just got into it last night.
Yay.
And I think that the big thing about you is and like I'm gravitated toward, I don't know if you saw like because I think you can track when you have people watching your videos, yes or no?
Like
Yes.
on what? In Pink Collar Club?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that you were like kind of requesting the access to watch the replays and all that stuff once you jumped in there. So I knew you were watching some stuff. But no, I can't necessarily tell when someone just watched the recording normally. But
Because I think the biggest one that I gravitated toward first was like how to like organize it. And your
mm,
big thing is how to like work burnout free.
yes.
And I think that as a like spicy mama myself, um, I'm always like having different ideas for different things. And like right now, particularly when you first get started, is the biggest thing like how do I organize my time? How do I organize my life? And when I saw that one module that you have, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes,
hmm
yes. Like that is what I need in my life. Thank you, God. Like
Yeah, that
for
was the
bringing me
thing.
here.
I got a lot of requests from past students and followers of mine, like DMing me over time saying, like, I want to know how you organize your UGC business. Like, how do you stay organized was the question that kept coming into my DMs. It wasn't even a topic that I necessarily thought like, oh, I need to teach on this. I don't know. There was just so many other things to making more money or making better videos. But then I was like, you know what? Like, if you don't have this down, everything feels overwhelming, right? So, organizing yourself is like the key to not feeling overwhelmed. It's like the only thing that will fight it is just like having your filming schedule in order, having your scripts ready to go, having your B-roll shot list done. Like, my girls get all of my best resources of how I figured out how to optimize my business so that it's not overwhelming. Because when you are working in the beginning and maybe you're working for lower pay, like you have lots of filming, like things to film, hopefully, right? Hopefully, we're getting you booked a bunch and you've got all these videos all of a sudden. And like, oh my God, like I have a full-time job still, or like my kids are running around or whatever, and you have to be organized. Otherwise, you're going to freak out and like quit UGC. But it's doable as long as you organize yourself.
Yeah, how do you think the best way is to just like be consistent with that? Because that is where I struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Like the consistency for me with having like mom life and just doing the thing every day has just it's been really hard to just stick with anything. I know you have the organization thing in there, which is huge, but
Mm-hmm.
like how do you make yourself stay consistent?
Mm. I think I've got a couple different answers to this probably. One thing I'd like to tease is at the end of July, I'm going to be having a mom creator panel. So if any other moms listening to this also struggle with like, how do I manage all the things? How do I keep all the plates spinning, and get organized and all this? I'm going to have a couple of my most successful mom students that are getting hired, getting booked, and they're busy, but they're managing it. Like they are able to do all the things, send their kids to summer camp in the morning, get all their filming done, still be present with their kids, go to the pool. Like they're doing it all. And so I really want you guys to hear from them because I'm not a mom yet, right? So I can't really speak to managing kids around the house or having littles or teens or whatever, people that are calling, Mom, I need you. So yeah, I can't exactly speak to the mom thing. That's why I bring in guest speakers or past students and current students of mine to speak on areas of expertise that would just like be super beneficial to the community that I can't necessarily coach. And you were asking like, how do I stay organized or how do I stay consistent?
Yeah.
Consistent with what piece?
I guess just like keeping the schedule, right? Like
Mm,
every time, like how do you stay consistent with even just like putting out content on your platform every day?
hmm
You've been really great with that. I see you posting so much on TikTok. It like people that can be so consistent. Like I don't know if all of them have schedulers or if they're like, okay, I know I need to post today,
hmm
and like what is it that helps you be so consistent? Because I've seen you be consistent with your posts and I've seen you be consistent with like you have a whole lot of things that you've already created, which is so amazing.
hmm
And like it takes so long to learn those tools, I'm finding, right? Like after having 2 days without kids and being
Yeah.
able to try and like delve into everything, my husband's like, you know you can't learn it all in 2 days, right? Like I'm like, but I'm trying to.
Sure. Sure.
So
Okay, let me answer in two different ways here. So I'm full-time as UGC creator and coach now, and I don't have kids. So I think there's a few advantages there with like this is my livelihood, right? So like of course I'm posting on TikTok 4 to 6 times a day. Like I'm getting all my posts up, getting everything out there because I know so many people need an opportunity like this in their lives, and it completely changed my life. Be able to quit my corporate job. I was a burnt out social worker. Like we can talk about my story in a bit, but like yeah, now that this is my full-time thing, like I'm having the time of my life. Like this is what I love to do, and I'm gonna show up for my dreams and for all of the students who are like in the positions that I used to be in of yeah, just being burnt out, being overworked, like needing something else to work out, needing money for their wedding, having student loan debt, like just any of those past versions of me. I just feel for them. So I'm gonna show up for them every single day. And other piece being like, how did I show up when I was super freaking busy? Like, let me just set the scene here. So I launched my UGC business because I needed money for my wedding, like I said. And I was working a 9 to 5. Okay. And I lived in 8 cities in 8 months. I moved every single month to a new city all across the country, living out of Airbnbs. Like my husband and I were going on his med school rotation, and I was going with him, working this remote 9 to 5 job on a corporate marketing team. So that was like full day. And then I was filming before work, filming during my lunch, filming after work, planning my wedding from afar too, while doing all this crazy moving. Okay. I was putting in 16-hour days at least every single day, just going absolute nuts because, like, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to eventually quit my job. And I know it's probably not healthy to say, like, you're going to have to lose sleep, but like, that's literally what I did. I was like, I cut into the mornings, I cut into the lunchtime, I cut into the evenings. And I would call it like my business benders. Like, I'd stay up really late, like, writing my first free and paid digital products because I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to show people like what I was doing with UGC and how it was going to get out of corporate and how it paid my wedding and all these things. Like it was all happening all at once. And I was just like, I'm going to ride this wave. Like this is what I want to create. So yeah, I had to lose sleep. And I've gotten a lot of haters for that. People are like, that's not healthy. That's not sustainable. But it's such a season. Like everything is seasons. I just recognize like if I want to do this, if I want to get out of corporate, I'm gonna have to build it during it. It's not like I'm gonna be able to just like quit corporate, have no income, and then start UGC. Like I don't really advise that. I'm like, you're gonna have to work it part-time while you're working full-time, and it's gonna be kind of nuts until you're like able to quit corporate and then your whole life is like opened up. And I haven't had anything on my schedule on my calendar for like a whole year until I launched Pink Collar Club, and now I do weekly trainings in there and podcast appearances and some things on my calendar. But literally for like a whole year, my first year working for myself full time, I was just creating content for my clients, for my UGC clients, and then like doing my own coaching stuff. And every single day I got to design my days of what I wanted it to feel like. And it was just incredible. So highly recommend putting in the work, putting your nose to the grindstone. You just got to figure out how to make it happen. It's not going to
yeah.
be easy, but you're just going to have to lose some sleep sometimes.
And my dad came and helped me walk the dog. It
Love
was an
it.
eventful day. It's
Love
nice to
it.
have some help. He's like basically the biggest helper here. So
So do you have one dog or multiple dogs or
one dog, one dog.
did you know you could do UGC with your dog?
I did see that as a
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I'm gonna try and manage myself first and see like and
Yes.
then maybe like do him too. But I did see that. Were you doing stuff with yours or do you have a dog?
I don't have a dog, but some of my students like their dog gigs on Fiverr get them booked even more than their regular gigs because not everybody has a dog. And there's only like a couple hundred creators on Fiverr that have pets. So whether it's dog or cat or whatever. And there's so many pet brands, it's wild. Like you just think about all the things that your dog actually uses, like toys and treats and food and bowls and leashes and collars and all this stuff. So it's definitely like a cool niche to consider if anybody's got pets as well.
Yeah, I have actually gotten a couple things already from like I do affiliate stuff for TikTok Shop. And
Hmm.
so I honestly just kind of do like I don't I do like whatever normal content, right? Like I don't set it up all pretty and
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, but I'm grateful for the samples when they come in.
Uh-huh.
And I have gotten a krill like omega-3 oil for him so far. And I think there was like a paw spray. I think that's it so far. But
Sure.
I think that doing stuff like TikTok shop like for the affiliate does give you a good way in, but at a certain point, like personally, right? It's like you get like burned out,
Hmm.
right? And that's what we're of trying to avoid, right? Like if I was going like so full out with it last year,
Hmm.
this same time, I feel like, and I got like a few sales, and that's great. Um, but I was like, okay, that's great. I'm getting a sample, but I want to be able to make money and not just have a sample in my hands at the end of the day sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start trying for UGC, and because like the concept of being able to do stuff for these brands and actually getting like paid, right?
Hmm.
Like not just paid by how many people purchase it and you get a percentage
Yeah.
was like, yes, that's what I want. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, and there's so many more people looking for that. And I think it's so much more like diverse where you can actually like play more into your talents. And yeah, so it just got me so excited, which is why we're here, right?
Yeah.
So
There's a big difference between TikTok Shop and UGC, as you know. Um, I'm never gonna hate on TikTok Shop because there are some people that it's completely changed their life, right? Like they make crazy money with it. So the opportunity's for sure there. But if you don't hit it super hard and like you're not like totally knowing exactly how it works and how many videos you need to be posting in order to get one to pop off, go viral, and like change your life, like if you're just kind of casually doing it, which I've probably made like 40 or 50 TikTok Shop videos, kind of just literally for samples of stuff I love or to practice some new hooks or like some. What's nice about TikTok Shop is it's like real feedback in the wild of what hooks work and seeing how videos perform, like actually knowing if your videos are good.
mhm.
Like you can't totally judge a video on TikTok Shop. Like if it only gets a couple hundred views, it's not necessarily that your video is bad. Like it could just be like the algorithm, whatever. But so I kind of view TikTok Shop as a playground for UGC creators. If you're really trying to focus on UGC, like you can also do some TikTok Shop stuff, but trying not to get distracted over there because like unless you're making sales on it, like all of those are unpaid videos. It's almost like a gifted collab. Yes, there's the potential for commission, but if all of these videos aren't selling anything, which I'm not saying that's what yours are, but sometimes that's mine. I'm like, okay, like that was such a waste of time, right? Um, so like to not know if you're going to make money, it's just not the vibe for me. Um,
Right.
UGC, it's like it's always a flat fee. Up front, the brand is putting the money down on Fiverr. Fiverr's holding the money until you deliver the video, and then they release the money to you. So the money is there, and it's your rates, unless you've negotiated some kind of deal and maybe given them a discount for a bulk order or something. But like, yeah, it's real payment, flat fee, like you set your rates type of work. And that always appealed to me more. I mean, I don't even know if TikTok Shop was really a thing as much when I started, but like I've just seen the difference of like gifted collabs and PR lists and TikTok Shop and working for commission versus or affiliate links and hoping people buy stuff and posting on your own page and trying to make it as an influencer versus like I'm an outsourced content creator. These are my rates. I get paid these rates every single time I make a 30-second video. Like it's a different business model, really.
And you were that's one of your coin things too, is that like you get paid to do your videos, like that you don't do videos for free, right? Like
Hmm.
that's pretty much
Yeah.
like your thing.
I always say you should get paid for your UGC portfolio. Get paid while making your UGC portfolio. Um, a lot of people think you need to make a bunch of fake examples for unpaid work, like around your house, go around your house, make a video with your water bottle, make a video with your scissors, like literally make a video with everything you own, put it in this like portfolio, and then you're ready to start pitching to brands and getting found and like hopefully landing some real work. But I'm like, yo, if you just start on Fiverr and you price yourself low with the plan to scale, brands are totally going to pay for like $50 for a video in the beginning. And some people will hate on me and say like, oh, like that's so low. No one should ever start at that rate. I'm like, but everyone is out here doing completely unpaid work for their portfolio. Instead, I'm like, get paid small amounts for all of your first videos. Your videos are worth money from day one. Those brands that only have like a $50 budget are brand new brands. They have like 3 followers on their Instagram. Like they can't necessarily afford a bunch of, higher priced creators. And so you guys mutually need each other. Like it's a mutually beneficial thing for you to get your first videos paid for at low rates and for them to get some work that you're going to try really hard too. Like it's the $50 price on it isn't like the value of the video. That's like you're going to want those 5-star reviews to build your account on Fiverr. Like it's going to actually like really impress that brand and maybe become a repeat client of yours. Some of my very first clients from the first months I did UGC are still with me 2.5 years later, and they pay my higher and higher and higher rates as I raise them because my work gets better and better and better.
So for the moms out there and just other women in general, because I feel like that's who we're talking to here, right?
Yeah.
People that are possibly going to be joining your pink collar club, people that are like, oh my gosh, I've been in TikTok shop and yeah, I've made some sales, but like I'm ready to actually have like some paid gigs where I know money's coming in. I want a side hustle where I know money's coming in. What
Hmm.
would you suggest to them where they're like in that phase, right? Like I think that you're already kind of talking about it. So if you could give them like 3 steps for the transition, what would those be?
Yeah. So you're going to want to list yourself on Fiverr so that brands can start discovering you and so that like people know that you're available for work and you're ready for hire. So getting your Fiverr account open, Fiverr is a completely free platform to list yourself on. So you can totally DIY and figure it out yourself. Or I also have a guide, a step-by-step guide of how to put that Fiverr gig together, exactly how to sell yourself, how to price yourself, all of that. But getting your Fiverr gig up, step one. And then as you're waiting for brands to discover you, practicing, like if you haven't necessarily done TikTok shop videos or whatever, maybe you've kind of dabbled in content creation, you want to make this move. Talking every single day on camera while you're waiting for your first deals is super important. I think there's a huge focus in the industry of like all of these crazy B-roll and transition shots and like rolling a product across the table. And like that is not where you should spend your focus during this time. Instead, you should just be putting your camera to your face and talking about literally anything, like on your Instagram stories every single day, because that's what matters to brands is you being able to nail the tone and not sound salesy. So if they give you a script, you're going to be ready to go because you've been practicing talking out loud on camera. You're used to hearing yourself. That's the big hump a lot of people have to get over. But maybe, the people that we're kind of talking to, they already know how to talk on camera. So step one, getting your Fiverr gig up. Step two, making sure you know how to talk on camera. Step three, getting some support. Like we're talking about, Pink Collar Club is a community that I run for creators who want to launch and scale their UGC businesses. So in there, I do skills and scaling training. So how to make better videos and also how to make more money. So just getting your business going and learning from other creators who have done it, and maybe are 1 step ahead of you or 5 steps ahead of you. Super inspiring to be around people that are closing deals and getting 5-star reviews and getting tipped on their videos. Like that kind of momentum it's like very infectious in a way.
You can get tipped on a Fiverr video?
Yes, yeah, I've earned a couple $1,000s of tips on my UGC videos in my 2 years on the platform.
I didn't know
Yep.
that.
Yeah, so like once a brand receives the video from you, they can review you and rate you. So they can give you a 5-star. They can give you like a little blurb of why they love the video. They can leave the video on your profile for other brands to see with their review, and they can leave a tip of whatever amount of money that they want or percentage. So, I've gotten in the beginning, I was getting like a $5 tip or a $10 tip, and I was like, this is amazing. And then, yeah, I've also gotten like 70, 80, 90, $100 tips before. So,
That's so cool. It brings
mhm,
like a new like thought to me as to like serving, right? Like I used to be a server back in the day, and like getting
mhm.
a tip was like, I don't know. Like at a certain point, I was like, yeah, this is okay, this is okay, but then also you get burned out, right? And then it's a different way of serving, but like I feel like serving yourself in a creative way,
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
me personally.
The tips are super motivating because it's just like feedback on Say, okay, actually, let me back up. Not just the tips, but also like the reviews, the 5-star reviews, the way that Fiverr is structured, where you can get that immediate feedback from clients and it's going to be public that, like, hey, Claire's amazing at script writing, or I just absolutely loved working with Claire. Our collaboration was so smooth, whatever these compliments are that they're leaving. Yes, it feels so good. And it also like starts that momentum, right? So like it's public. It's not like we're working in email or DM in the wild, wild west where like each individual one-off collab, like you're sending them an email saying, here's what my rates are and whatever. Like, and maybe you don't have this kind of like stacked social proof. That's another reason I love Fiverr is because it's like when you go on my page today, you'll see 370 5-star reviews. And you'll like if you're a brand, you have more confidence and trust in me that I deliver great work. People are very impressed with it. You can actually see on the reviews who was a repeat client. I have a repeat business badge, which is like if you have a score of 95 out of 100 or more, of like what percentage of your orders are repeat orders, you can have this public badge displayed on your thing, and it'll say like people keep coming back for more with this freelancer. And so like that kind of stuff, it just gives so much trust and credibility on your page. So there's a lot of things built into the platform that serve freelancers really well.
Well, I mean, I kind of think that even just seeing your content, you can kind of tell that you are consistent and you're hardworking. And now getting into all of the digital products that you kind of put out and the digital community that you've built already, I think that you are gonna go so far so fast, like
Nice.
for real. I think you already know that.
Mhm.
But I'm so excited to learn all about Fiverr. I have seen it already. Like I don't know if I've told you this, but I was trying to do an Amazon product, and on the other side, they have, the people who are looking for the UGC creators, right? So I actually had a product on Amazon and I was looking for someone to do, because it's not just UGC that people are doing. I think I needed them to do like graphics for me for the Amazon product or something
Mhm.
like that. And the communication is really nice. I really like that about it. And it's totally different when you change sides,
Yeah.
and you're not the person that's like looking for the people, but you're trying to be the person that's getting looked at.
Yeah. Like, how do I sell myself? Yep.
Yeah, and I think takes a lot of like self-worth, also like mindset kind of work. And I think that I'm going to be using some of the videos that's also in Pink Color Club for that as well, and maybe
Yes.
some repetition with that how do they say it, reticular activating system or something like
Sure.
that in my brain.
Mhm.
But I think that let's go ahead and like look and see where people look at that offer. I'm pretty sure I have it already pulled up on my side, unless you want to pull it up on yours for your link. I've got your Stan store here.
Yeah, if you can pull it up, that's great.
Okay. All right. So it does render a little bit differently
That's all right. It's
on
the website
on
version.
the
Yep.
yeah, on the site version. But um so like how did you even organize this? It is so cool, and I guess we can just like get into it. But just like a brief overview here, you've got the Pink Color Club, the Moneymaker Guide to Content Creators, the Creator Hookbook, thousand. Did you create all of these?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, let's go through each of them. We'll just start at the top there. So
Okay.
the Pink Collar Club is the way to get coaching from me. That's how you can be as close as you can with me. I lead these group coaching calls every single week, on different training topics for how to like scale your business and other skills. So scripting or editing or how to like film outside, imposter syndrome, like soft skills as well, like confidence, fear, like did a mental health reset. I used to be a social worker, so like I have a background in mental health assessments and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very holistic way of like improving as a UGC creator. So this is like a monthly membership, and yeah, there's group coaching calls every single week. I also have monthly guest speakers. Like you can see quarterly book club, and we've got a bunch of different chats. So there's Q&A chat. You can always drop any questions you've got in your UGC journey. There's a job opportunities thread. So anyone who wants to pass job opportunities to each other, like for example, anytime someone on Fiverr is asking me like, hey, do you have any kids? Can you create for this kids water bottle? Like, and I'm like, oh, like I don't, but I'll recommend some creators who can. And then my students drop their Fiverr gig links and I send those students who are interested in that, gig or that budget to those clients. So we pass work to each other. We have challenges in there as well to apply the things that we're learning in the trainings. We also have a wins channel, so celebrating everything from like, hey, I just got my Fiverr gig up finally, or like I got my first order, I got tipped on my video, I launched a new niche gig, like everything. So we celebrate each other, and yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on inside Pink Collar Club.
So I know we actually don't have that. We've only got about 5 more minutes left right
Okay.
now on this uh podcast, but I'm so excited I'm just so excited about the Pink Collar Club, to be honest. I think that like if we do another one of these little chit chats on this podcast about it, like say in like a month or two, I would love, love, love to do that, to be like, oh my gosh, and this, because I feel like my viewpoint would be so different,
Yeah.
right? After going through it and then being able to like actuate the things that you already have set up, because you've learned so much. The fact that you're sharing all of this, all of these like gems of wisdom that you've already learned is honestly worth way more than I feel like what you have here.
Yes.
Um, but I am so grateful and thankful that you are able to share it with the world, and that I get to, you know, benefit and be part of the Pink Collar Club. It sounds so girly. It's why
Yes,
I like wore pink today. I was like, ooh,
yes,
I'm
I saw
feeling
that.
pink.
It's so fun and feminine and everything. So yeah, the name is very purposeful because it's a whole different kind of job a lot of us have now that we have like phones in our hands. Like if you have a phone in a face, you can do UGC is what I always say. So yeah, I just want to make it a really fun, feminine space to grow our businesses. But I can touch on the other ones at the top there real briefly. So the Moneymaker Guide for Content Creators is the guide that like 300 something of my students have used to launch their businesses on Fiverr. So if you haven't gotten your gig up, the guide would be something that can like move you through how to do that and take out the overwhelm. The Pink Collar Club is when you're ready to scale, getting into, all the different things like, okay, now that I'm getting messages, like, how do I do negotiation with brands? Like, we're touching on everything inside there. The guide is something that can accompany that if you are just launching, just starting a UGC journey. And then the hook book is 1,000 instant ideas. So it's literally 601 hooks and 506 CTAs. And they're all hooks and CTAs that I've used in actual videos I've delivered for clients. So I went psycho with this. I literally went through my entire UGC portfolio of the thousands of videos I created for brands and transcribed every single hook and CTA that I ever thought of off the top of my head. This is like before ChatGPT and everything. This is stuff that like really worked and got me tipped on my videos. And it's yeah, just strong hooks and powerful hooks and CTAs to actually like make videos that perform. So yeah, that's like a thing you can add on to your Moneymaker Guide order. It's a little order bump in there. You can save some money if you get that with the guide. And then gig audits is if you've got your Fiverr gig up already, and you want like some extra eyes on it and of how to get more impressions, more clicks, more messages, more orders. That's an individual, like one-on-one type of thing. It's I know we've only got like a minute here, but I record a Loom video if you're familiar with that, what that is. And I move through like exactly what I'd edit on your gig. So if your gig needs edit to perform better so you can get more work, that's what you want to order.
So, you would say the starting place would be Moneymaker Guide for content creators to get into the Fiverr, or would it be just get into the Pink Collar Club? Or if you got into both, or just Pink Collar Club, you'd be okay because you can kind of do the Fiverr stuff on your own, right? A little, but the guide would be really nice.
Yeah, yeah. I would start with Pink Collar Club. Like if you are a UGC creator already or you're starting any part of the journey from being a new creator to an advanced creator, like you belong in Pink Collar Club for sure. And I will just say a little like nugget is that once you're in Pink Collar Club, I do have like something that offsets the prices for some of my other products. So there's definitely a
Oh,
benefit from being inside there. You can explore and you'll see it stuff. But
well, who doesn't
um,
want to be part of the club, right?
yeah,
Like it reminds me of like the ladies with the pink jackets.
exactly. Get in the club. Yeah, and the other resources are going to be even cheaper for you. If you're needing to launch on Fiverr still, or you're needing help with hooks and script writing and stuff like that, or you need a gig audit. Yeah, definitely get in the club first and start there, and we'll support you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part of my podcast for the user generated content universe.
Yes.
And I think that I'm going to leave off here by saying, like, just let's take some messy action. And thank you so much for helping us work burnout free, Claire. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. So good to hang out with you guys today, and you can follow me everywhere at Claire on Video.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Claire.
Yeah.
You have a good day. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.